YouTube, it's Bebop307 here, and welcome back to Niche in the Feral Empire. Now in the last episode, quite a few beautiful babies, and we had little Carrot over here. Oh, that reminds me, I want to let you guys know that the Epigenetics update may not be sticking around, and probably is, no, it's not sticking around. So in a couple of weeks or longer, there's going to be another update that's going to change the mutation menu a bit, so we might lose this tribe. So what I'm thinking is, I'm going to try my best to get, like, I'm so happy that we have 4 videos of the Feral Empire every week now since the Aura tribe decided not to work, and I miss the Aura tribe and I wish we could continue their story. But I think because we only have a couple of weeks, I'm going to try and focus on the Feral Empire, get more of those episodes out, and maybe longer episodes, not including this one. But, I'm not sure about that, but there might also be bonus episodes. The point is, I really want to develop their story, their empire, and so that's what we're going to focus on. And I am really excited to kind of get back into the story, because I feel like the past couple episodes have been kind of off, and I like that I still describe the personalities, but I am ready. I am ready to discuss their plans. And so, we begin. Hector passed away in the last episode, you guys, and he was probably my favorite nicheling. Him and Brunor and maybe Siegfried. Oh gosh, I love them all. But he was just such a goof. But then he kind of had to jump into responsibility out of nowhere because his father, Crito, kind of said, I have very few days left of my life, and you are going to be the main protector. They don't have anyone else right now. So he had to take up the fighter tribe stance. He had to take over the fighter tribe, essentially. And now we have more fighters, and he has taught, ironically, kind of the wrong son, and somebody actually suggested that he might be a better fighter. Now, I personally think Digon's feeling very confused, because his father looked to him as a protector. He looked to him to be strong and powerful, whereas he thought his whole life he was a farmer. He thought he was supposed to be gathering the berries. He thought he was supposed to be digging in the ground. He thought he was supposed to be cracking the nuts and, well, attempting to crack the nuts. He thought that was his role in life, and now he is sitting here and he's unsure. And because of this unsurety in his nature, we are giving him a middle red gem because he doesn't know what he is right now. He is going to think over what his father has told him, what his father has taught him, and try and decide where he stands and what he wants to do. In the meantime, he will do what he knows he can, and he will gather up the berries, and he will teach his siblings, he will teach Carrot the ways of a farmer. He will show Carrot how to dig in the roots, and he will look around and help him find his own berry bush, maybe even give him this berry bush. And I think Digon might go on a journey to discover who he is, because he is so unsure. And he doesn't want to go too far, but he kind of just wants to look for answers. He wants to find out what is his destiny. What is he meant to be? And Hector unknowingly put this very confusing thought into his head, and because of that thought, Digon has decided to go on a journey. So he is going to be going off into the wilderness to explore and find his own answers. And he's going to pass by Brumir, let him know of his intentions, and Brumir will continue to spread that knowledge throughout the rest of the tribe so that they don't worry for him. Or, I mean, his mother's gonna worry regardless, because Erica's probably concerned. I mean, you would be if your son decided to randomly go off in a strange world that you weren't sure was safe. So Erica, she's probably concerned about this knowledge, but I think she understands. So she supports him, and she and Anako, who I have yet to rename. There's some really beautiful names. T-Rose! Oh, that is so cute! T-Rose! That is really, really cute! Oh my goodness! Hello, T-Rose! You are a stunning little creature! Stunning little creature! Do-do-do-do-do! Do-do-do-do-do-do-do! Sorry, Cammy decided to come over, and I'm just sitting here like, don't bat on my cords, Cammy! I need them! But, oh my word. I'm just, so happy. So Digon's going off on his journey, and Conrad and Mocha have had quite the little bunch over here. They're having babies left and right, and I think we have actually managed to get both H and C from Conrad, and not only that, from him and from Erica's children, we have Locke and Cleopatra, future betrothed, and they are going to be our claw pairing. We are still focusing on the claw, and I think the key with the epigenetics is to focus on one thing, a single thing at a time. And eventually, as you get used to it, to maybe broaden that to 2. Oh no! Cammy, why? She just hit the space button! Cammy! Why did you do that? Oh my... 2 times! Twice in these episodes has that happened. At least this time it wasn't my fault. Gosh darn it! Everybody else had story parts today, Cammy. Okay. You know what? I'm not that mad. It's okay. Artemis, she's our very strong and independent little nicheling. I think she's going to continue on in search of berry bushes, because that was a task given to her by Emperor Brunor, and Brunor is still adamant that everybody get food. Get food, get food, get food, because we are starting to get a bit low, and we have 16 creatures, 16 nichelings, and I think Bruno's starting to consider those poisonous berries, just a little bit, but we're not at that level just yet. And so he's going to request that everybody go and station themselves at these berry bushes. So I think Artemis, she's still really close to where they are, so I think the message would get to her. So I think she would go ahead and swipe up some more berries and then continue her journey in the next term. She's very thoughtful like that. She'll think of all the parameters, think of all the priorities, and she'll go for what is most needed first. It really will depend in the future if there's something that she doesn't agree with, but it is needed for the tribe. Oh gosh, that's some drama I don't want to think of. Nudukir, who I have yet to name as well. I'm gonna have to name you too, Nudukir. He's going to follow after her. He's probably just gonna play in the grass. He's still a kiddo, so he doesn't really need to think of these things as much. Locke is over here, and he's working on the claw. He has 10% progress. He's gonna swipe at the berry bush again, and he's gonna dig in the ground. He got a root. Good job. Good job, Locke. Oh my goodness. Oh, you are such a handsome boy. You are so handsome. But Locke is staying around the borders to protect his family, and he's staying closer to his family. But I do think he'd kind of scoot up here and there, just kind of go along the river, just to be a guard. He's a guard, so he's going to patrol, maybe swipe occasionally at the berry bush for practice, to kind of keep his hunters and fighter instinct intact. And Siegfried's just going to blissfully gather some berries. He's feeling quite proud of himself, and in the last episode we discussed the idea of a tradition among the farmer tribe, and that is if you find a berry bush, you get to pick the first berries. And I think that's a really cool tradition for them to have, because it kind of adds to how important berry bushes and the nature and land and the food is to them, how important their trades are to them, and I think that's a really, really cool thing. So that actually makes me really happy. We're getting some good development on that, and I can't wait to start some of the other tribes. That was something I'm thinking of too. I think after we get a little more progress with the claw, and say we have our claw pairing, like officially they are fully like ready. They're ready to have babies with the maybe 2 slots of the claw or something, or a yellow slot of the claw. Is there a difference? Is there a yellow slot of the claw? I can't remember. What about you? Is it just all green? Come on. Tea leaf. Oh, not tea leaf. Ah, tea rose. Tea rose. Tea rose. Oh, you're so cute. But, I think after that, we can go ahead and we can look around and see if there are any water genetics that we might want to work on. Like, for example, webbed paw. If we spend time in the beach, shallow sea, deep sea, we could start working on that. And I would love to start working on our fishers. The only thing is, well, the web paw could be part of our fishers. We're gonna have to think of our genetic build for that. It's just I want to get more. I have never had a creature with the web paws. I just realized that. Not once have I ever had a creature with the web paws. Never. I can't believe I forgot that. But I think since T-Rose is older, she might head over to a berry bush that's over here. I think it's actually over here. She'll stay by her mother, of course, and her mother's going to go ahead and gather some of that grass. She'll stay by her mother because she's very close to her mom. And being the youngest, I imagine that's a common thing. She feels really connected to her mother. So she's going to settle herself at a berry bush over here and claim that as her berry bush. Now, Olive is... Olive is... I'm not sure what Olive wants to do. I think she'd swipe up the berry bushes, and then I think she's happy just kind of humbly digging for roots and looking around. Whereas her little brother is still unsure about everything. I wonder if he'd play with the leaves. I feel like that's something that happens a lot with youngsters, especially fighters. They play with the leaves. Maybe you have a bit more of that fighter spirit in you than I thought. But Empire Brunor is going to try to dig for roots, and he's going to gather berries, and he's going to... Oh, that actually... Hang on a second. Trinket mentioned that she'd like to see Brunor have a baby, and I hadn't even thought of that, because you know what? Brunor deserves a baby. He's been a very stable leader, and he's actually been relatively kind. Not necessarily like Angel, but he hasn't been rude or unfair. He's a very fair Empire. So I wonder if we could find him a mate. He has 6 days to live. So I wonder, how about you and Artemis? No, huh? It looks like that's F. He can't breed with Cleopatra either. And it might take them a while. Oh my gosh, what about Olive? Nope. Anako? It looks like he can actually breed... Oh, Anako. I called her Anako. T-Rose. It looks like he can breed with T-Rose. The only thing is they are related. I wish he had longer to live. But he can breed with T-Rose. And T-Rose has not too much longer to grow up. So maybe in the future they'll have just one kid. Just one child. Or maybe... No, he can't breed with her. So maybe T-Rose and Empire Bruno will have a kid in the future. But I think instead of gathering from the bush, he would try to he'd get roots. Oh, he succeeded. Good job. So I think he might notice that Cleopatra's a bit of a prissy little lady, and he might insist that she do her part as a farmer to gather some of the berries, because she's been a bit prissy there, and she doesn't want to. She's like, no, I don't want to stain my paws with berry juice. So he's going to insist that she learn some manners for one, and gather from that. And our little prissy lady has conceded, and she's accepted. She's like, fine, I'll do it. It's not like I wanted to anyway. I'm just doing it because you guys need me to. So she's kind of being silly like that. I actually really like Cleopatra. I really like her. So I think Conrad is going to come over, breed with his mate. Oh, I should have had her breed with him. So she's going to go ahead, collect the grass, and maybe she should move to this nest just so she can use up her turn. And then Conrad could go ahead and swipe up the old nest. He only has a couple days left, and I think Conrad's feeling very happy. I'm kind of sad that we don't have any more panda patterns. I was hoping for more. It'd be really cool if we did, but I love the spots that we have. It'd be really interesting if we got stripes too, because it feels like spots is always one of the most common ones that I get. But anyway, let's see. Before we go back to Digon, let's go ahead and have Brumir. Oh, goodness self. Brumir is going to gather some of the grass, and I think he's going to settle down and decide that he's fine with gathering up these acorns. So he's going to sit here and gather up the acorns, and look at how much better our food is doing. That's amazing. But alright, and Digon. Digon's ready, you guys. He is still finding himself, and he is still unsure. He's going out there to ask for answers. Ask the deities. Ask Porky what his destiny is to be. Ask, even Acorn, the god of, misfortune. And, also Flower, because those are like the only deities that we have. I wonder if he'd also ask his father, Ector, for a better sign. Maybe, because Ector kind of just came to him out of the blue. I don't think he really gave... Oh, why am I always forgetting about moles? I feel... You guys, I always forget to do the sniffer. I need to do the sniffer, especially if I'm moving nichelings in the grass. But Digon's going to continue asking for answers, and I think he'd definitely ask maybe his father. A lot of our nichelings aren't very spiritual, so they don't often think of these things. The deities are more... They're stories, and they kind of believe in them, but they're legends more than anything. So Digon, in an extreme, hope, is going to ask them for help, and we'll see if they give him an answer. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to take a very close look at this beautiful little baby waiting to be born. Alright, let's see how close I can get. There we go. Can I get any closer? There we go. Okay, a nice beautiful picture. Oh my goodness, big nose! I heard a bunch of weird noises. You have a big nose! Oh, I didn't name the other nichelings. I need to name them. What's your name? Isra! Well, aren't you adorable? She has the nimble fingers, runner legs, spiky body, as usual. All of our creatures have the spiky body. I do believe that, I think someone mentioned, Empress, I can't remember the rest of her name, but their name, it started with Empress, but they mentioned that all of our creatures are going to end up with lean body at some point, and I fully agree with you. I think we're going to end up with lean body. I need to decide what island we're going to go to soon, but anyway, we have a new little nicheling named Isra, and she looks like she might be, she has 3 strength. I don't know. I feel like her nose and everything would be really good for berry bush finding, but I also feel like it'd be really good for just in general, for being a fighter. This is confusing. I'm not sure, so I'm gonna give you, I'm gonna give you the name Trillium, because that's a cute name. Let's see, it's a pretty name. Trillium, I think I spelled that right. Let's go ahead and zoom out. Trillium, you are a gorgeous little lady. We're gonna zoom out. I'm just gonna go ahead and circle around. Is there anything that I need to be aware of? I'm gonna sniff. Is there anything I need to be aware of? I'm gonna listen. Anything? Alright, it doesn't look like there is. Oh, is that mole still there? It's still there. It's still there. Digon, I think this is your answer. Digon, that mole is still there. Right, let me go back. Is it? It's still there. Digon, this is your answer. Quickly. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it's still there. And Digon has been answered. His questions, he knows, you guys, he is a fighter. He got that mole. It was first instinct. He saw that it hadn't moved and he just swiped it. He swiped it, and now he is a fighter. I can't believe it. Honestly, if he had run into a berry bush, I would have totally put him as a farmer. But he ran into a mole that did not disappear. So it looks like his questions have been answered. Wow. Oh, that was so cool. It was a very small journey, though. Very small journey. You went like 2 tiles away from everyone. But your questions have been answered, and that's really all you need for a journey. Even if you're just in your home, if you have questions and then you figure out answers to them that make you happy, then that is what a journey is. But alright, oh wow, you're pretty. You're pretty. Oh, Miko, I remember. I want to give you a good name. Let's see. There are so many names. You guys suggest wonderful names. Oh, hey, Carrot was a suggestion on here, so I did use Carrot. Awesome! Gosh, there's so many on here. Ooh, Coffee's a good name. Do I have a Coffee? Do you want to be Coffee? You don't really look like Coffee, but you could be Coffee. Yeah, you're Coffee. Her name's Coffee now. I know she doesn't look like Coffee, but sometimes when I say a name, it just sticks, so I can't change it. Hi, Coffee! Oh, she's beautiful. You are so cute. Honestly, I feel like, what is your strength? What is your strength? Yeah, I feel like Coffee would be more of a fighter because she's she's stealthy for one thing, so she can sneak up on everybody, so she might be better fitting for that. But I'm gonna go ahead, zoom out, and Rumir is just going to peacefully gather up acorns. There you go. He's just going to happily gather up acorns. I think he's just quite happy to retire. I might give him a mate as well. Let's see. Can you mate with Cleopatra? No, you can't. Okay. So Cleopatra's growing up! Cleopatra's growing up! Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! How much longer do you have, little lady? Oh, I think she's gonna grow up in the next turn, right? Okay, yeah. The next turn she should grow up. Awesome, T-Rose. Okay. Okay. So Erica's gonna go ahead and collect from this berry bush, and yeah, that's pretty much all she's gonna do for now. Let's see. T-Rose is gonna sit over by this berry bush and gather her first berries from her own berry bush. And let's see, I want Locke, and I want Cleopatra to start having babies. And I don't want them to be near the beach, because webbed hind legs is pretty much gonna be a definite at this point. But our clawed creatures, I want fighters, so at the moment I don't really want to be working on the fishers. So I think I kind of want their nest to be a little more centered. So Cleopatra is going to sit up here, and Locke is going to breed with her. And was that successful? It was, so she can make the nest and I don't have to worry about it. So she's going to make the nest, and then Locke, being a young future parent, he's going to be kind of stumbling around the border, making sure his family is safe, putting on a show a bit, just to kind of like do something, you know, maybe try to impress Cleopatra a bit more. I do think she actually finds him kind of fascinating. So I wonder if her sharp and or sassy tongue would be kind of mellowed a bit by the fact that she's met him. If she'd calm down and if she wouldn't be quite so snippy with him. But Olive is going to dig in the ground, and she's happy just digging roots and gathering grass and exploring. And Brunor, soon my friend, you will have a child. But I think Brunor is feeling especially happy with Cleopatra and Locke's pairing, because I think he feels a little bit responsible for her having learned some humility. So he's going to dig again in the ground, hopefully to find more roots, and let's see. This is going to be the last turn of the episode. It went a bit slower this time, but I'm so happy that I did go slower, because we got to learn more about them. And I feel like we're kind of working on separating the different nichelings more. Now, I think Mocha and Conrad are going to have one last child. He's going to breed with her, so she can make a nest. And did that take? It did not, so try again, sir. It is his last day, you guys, so we're going to be saying goodbye to Conrad. Oh, Conrad, you've been such a beautiful panda pattern friend, and I'm really grateful for you. We have, oh, hey! Oak, oh, you sweetie! Oak looks a lot like Digon, except Digon has more fiery hair. So Oak, actually, I think Oak followed Artemis into the grass. So Artemis has two brothers following after her, trying to imitate her, I think. I bet she's quite an impressive figure, so I understand why they'd want to. She's so cool, man. She's so cool. But she's going to swipe up these berries, and realizing and understanding that she kind of has a little entourage of creatures now, she's going to try to be a bit more cautious about what she does, and she's going to make sure she's ahead of them, that they're safe. And she's probably going to work on teaching them safety in general. Because being one of the berry explorers, yeah, you may not be a fighter, but you have to have an awareness of the dangers. And little Coffee. Coffee's very feisty. I see her as being a fighter. I think she would come over to this mole and swipe it up, no problem. And then, last but not least, we have Siegfried. We have cute, goofy little Siegfried, who is very just happy showing off his berry bush, and I think he's going to continue along down the river. We're going to stay in our smell-o-vision. Nothing so far, so I think he'll keep going, but still nothing. Well, at least he found one berry. Keep going, Siegfried. You're doing what you can, but we're going to go ahead and we're going to look. We are going to look at Cleopatra's, oh, I didn't mean to go far, I meant to zoom in. We're going to look at Cleopatra's babies, and we are going to look at, we're going to look at Mocha's babies. I still love her name. I really love Mocha's name. So thank you so much, Cheetah Girl, for suggesting it. I actually really adore her name. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to pass the turn. Healthy, 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 healthy. Ooh, ooh. We had some pretty little babies. Wow. This is exactly the note I want to end the episode on. Normal sided, like normal eyes, normal blood clotting, hemophilia recessive, F and C, Nibble Fingers Velvet Paw, interesting. Stinky Tail, I love that Stinky Tail. They look like such fabulous, fluffy little squirrels. They look so ruffled and big and at the same time really graceful. It's just amazing. We got another big nose. We're getting some unexpected big noses from you, Mocha, which is actually kind of good, I think. I think it's from Conrad, who's giving us the big nose. Oh, Conrad, he's gone now. I wish we had gotten a panda pattern baby, but oh well. At least, I think they all have panda patterns in their stuff, so maybe by some miracle in the future we could drag it out. But we also have this little lady right here. Let's go ahead. Let's see. What's your name? Remisi. Oh, you're cute. Short-sighted eyes. Okay, not exactly what I wanted, but not the worst. High fertility, and what else? What else? Oh, you do have the lean body progress. I should, Okay. This is good. This is really good. We have some cute babies. I don't know what I want to name them, but I'll name them in the next episode. I think I have another baby that I gotta name too. But alright, you guys, I really want to thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you have any ideas or suggestions, go ahead and comment them down below. I love reading your comments, but I gotta be bopping on out of here, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Goodbye!